Hello, my name is Paige, and today I will be discussing chaining procedures. Starting off with what is a chaining procedure? It is a linked sequence of responses leading to an outcome. It is an instructional strategy where the behavior chain is broken down into steps, then each step is taught within the sequence. The process of breaking down the task into steps is called a task analysis. So in order to create the task analysis, first you need to identify what task is being analyzed and then break it down into steps by either watching someone else do it or doing it yourself. Why is chaining used? It is an important educational aspect of programs for students with developmental disabilities, typically. And they're typically used to increase independent living skills. So it could be something as simple as using a toilet or brushing your teeth. These skills help people live more independently and live in less restrictive environments, so they're very important. There are 3 different methods of chaining procedures: forward, backward, and total task chaining. Forward chaining is when behaviors identified in the task analysis are taught in their naturally occurring order. So at the end of the steps that are being learned is when the reinforcement is being given. So here is the example that I'm going to be using throughout the presentation, and it's going to be hand washing. So as you can see, the first step is to turn on the water. That is going to be the step that I am going to use least to most prompting, and then for steps 2 through 9, I will be doing most to least prompting, or just most prompting. As you can see, I am just pointing to turn on the water for the first step, and then full physical every other step throughout the task analysis. And as you can see, there we go. The next one that I will discuss is backwards chaining. So it's basically the opposite of forward chaining. You want to teach the last behavior in the chain first. And the example will be throwing the paper towel in the trash. Steps 1 through 8 will be done by the therapist, most to least prompting. So typically when you're first learning a skill such as washing your hands, steps 1 through 8 will be full physical prompting, and that's what you will see in this video. So I'm going to fast forward just so you don't have to sit here and watch a minute of hand washing, but as you can see, full physical prompting the learner until we get to the last step. Which is throwing away the paper towel that the learner did independently without any help. The last chaining process I will go over is total task chaining. And this is when the learner receives training on each step in the task analysis during every session. A lot of times the total task chaining is done to see if the learner is able to perform it independently. So here is the total task. I am least to most prompting every single step just to see if the learner knows it. The learner is doing each task appropriately. As you can see, I partially physicaled There you go. So tips that I have received through chaining is just to be flexible and be prepared to make changes since every learner is different and what works for one person may not work for the other. And here are my references. Thank you very much.